Tonight on Live with Cordone and Kilgore. Central Florida entertainment favorite, actor, singer, pianist, and the other half of the connected performer, Kevin Kelly, joins us for a chat and to share some musical memories. Right now on Live with Cordone and Kilgore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live with Cordone and Kilgore. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Natalie Cordone.
And I am Sean Kilgore. Today is Monday, March 1st, which means we're that much closer to spring for all of you northerners up there that are surviving this wicked winter. This is episode 7 of Live with Cordone and Kilgore with our very special guest, Kevin Kelly. We are very excited to have him joining us, and we're very excited that you are joining us. We are streaming to you live through the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook and YouTube channels at the same time. This is all happening, of course, through the magic that is StreamYard. And so if you are joining us on Facebook, we do invite you to invite your friends along. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. I am going to the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook page. I am selecting the live video that's happening now, and I'm sharing it to my timeline. Maybe you could do that too, and then we'll sort of build our party that way. Have some more people come along and join us for the ride. If you haven't already done so, you also want to click that little thumbs up on the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook page. That's going to keep you up to date with what's happening with us and what's going to be happening on the next show, right, Nat?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here you come. There you go.
Yeah, there I am. So if you're joining us on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our channel, Cordone and Kilgore. And everyone, please comment, ask questions, let us know what you're thinking. And we're going to do our best to respond to as many of you as possible, as you know, we do every week. So we're also on Instagram as Cordone and Kilgore. And we'd like to invite those of you who use that platform to follow us there as well. And we promise that we will follow you back. So come find us on all the social medias because that's where we are, apparently.
Well, we're not on the Twitter. We don't have the tweet. We don't tweet.
Oh, we don't tweet. Oops.
But well, we'll get there. I don't know. Maybe we won't.
We'll get there eventually.
I can say that, but we probably won't.
But now we're on Clubhouse, as we learned from Jenna Doolittle last week.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. We'll get that going. And we might be doing a couple other things, looking for some other ways to sort of expand as well. So some news on that coming up here in the future. So how's your week? What's been going on? Tell me about it.
It's been so crazy. It's been really good. Things are hopping over at the Connected Performer, and awesome. Kevin and I can chat a little bit about that. And we today, so as I mentioned, some of you know that my boyfriend Chris and I have joined up as a real estate team. So because I'm not traveling all over the world with Sean anymore, or having to jump on planes and trains and automobiles, instead, I have taken my real estate license, which I've had for 3 years, and Chris and I have joined up with a new brokerage, Right House Realty. And so we had our first official client together. Closed on her first house today.
Congratulations.
So
that's very exciting.
Super exciting. And then I had a call back right after that for a commercial. So it was like, I was hopping in, and now I'm here with you. And so it's like, it's been crazy. It's like what
was the callback for? Can you share?
It was exciting. But I will let you know if anything comes of it.
Okay. That's cool. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Thank you for sending good vibes my way. I appreciate it.
I will continue to do so. Absolutely.
Yeah. So how about you? How's your week been?
It's been great. The weekend was great. It was nice and relaxing. Today was a busy day back at work, but I'm really excited that for this week. I have some high school friends coming to visit on Thursday. I haven't seen them in probably over 20 years or more, but we've been connected, of course, on Facebook. So I have a little picture to share with you of us in high school. So we're going to recreate these photos when they're here this weekend.
So will you next week show us both back to back?
Yes. Yeah. So next week I'll show you the side by side next week. But this is my two of my very best girlfriends, Natalie and Lindsay, and there's me with my giant glasses, almost the size of my face. This is us in show choir.
You look like you're about to be a singing waiter. Like that's what it looks like your next gig is.
And who would have known I would have become a singing waiter at some point.
You look so young and happy, and I love the fact that
I was.
Oh my gosh, which one had a crush on you? Is what I just saw.
The one on the left. The one on the left. Wait, who's asking that?
Your left or our left?
The one that was also named Natalie, because Natalie seemed to like me a whole lot.
You're destined. You're destined to have us in your life always. That's amazing. That's a great photo.
Yeah, so
In
I'm super
fact,
excited. They're going to get here Thursday night, and we're going to have the whole weekend
yay!
together. I've seen them. They came to South Florida when I was doing a show called Game Show, which is really like one of the very first sort of interactive shows where you pulled people out of the audience to be contestants in a game show, but there was also this like scripted thing going on. They came and surprised me at that show in Fort Lauderdale. This was probably in the early 2000s.
Cool.
So that's the last time I saw them. So it's been a long time. So super excited about that. That's really like going to be like the highlight of my week. I'm working towards the weekend.
That is a huge highlight.
Everybody's working towards the weekend, but I'm super excited.
Yeah, man. Working towards the weekend. It's only Monday. You do know that, Sean, right?
Listen, believe me. Yeah.
You do know it's Monday.
Yes. If my boss was watching, she would say, yes, we are definitely working for the weekend, especially after today's Monday and most other Mondays. Let's go ahead and say hi to some people who are joining us. Julia Riley is here.
Hi, Julia. Oh,
Julia
I miss
is
you.
a very good friend of both of us. I miss her too. And hopefully we get to see her soon. My grandma is watching there.
Hi, Grandma.
Of course, we have our regulars, my cousin, Hey, my sister. We have, of course,
another Natalie. Love it.
Another Natalie. Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Very good. And then we got my mom here, my sister here. Awesome, guys. Thanks for being here. We really do appreciate it. And if you don't mind sharing the post and inviting some people to come along with us, that would be great.
Amazing.
Natalie? Yeah.
So our goal and our aim is always to accentuate the positive, and we will continue to do that throughout the show. However, this week, the Central Florida theater community lost an impactful person with the passing of AJ Garcia, and our hearts go out to CJ and everyone who knew and loved him. He had such a huge, impact on the theater community in Central Florida and beyond. So we were fortunate enough to have been costumed by him in a few shows. He'll definitely be greatly missed by many here in Orlando and beyond. So we want to just say a big thank you to him, all the work he put out and all the beauty he brought to the world with his costume. So thank you, AJ.
Very sad. 47 years old. But he filled those 47 years with quite a bit, and they did an amazing job at St. Luke's over there honoring his life the other day. So as always, we do like to start our show with a little bit of good news and good things that have happened in the news this week. So the story that I chose to share this week, I'll go first if that's cool.
Absolutely. Can we see your face while you do? I mean, everyone loves staring at me, but you're talking.
Oh, right. I should probably
see you. That would be awesome too.
You got to keep me on track here. On the
that's all right. It's all right. You're just so good at putting me out front. You see, this is why we work so well together.
That's my purpose in life. Is really
the wind beneath my wings. Anyway, I'm sorry.
All right, you're good. So in the good news this week, and of course these stories are coming. We are sourcing these stories from thegoodnewsnetwork.com, so we appreciate that. But so in Saskatchewan, there was a farmer who had a pregnant cow this week, and the calf, or the heifer, I guess is how they call it, was not supposed to be born yet. They're experiencing like sub-zero temperatures, super cold up there, and but the baby came early. The baby cow, or the calf, or however you say, came early. And so when the woman went out to the barn there, the baby had been born. And when the baby is born, of course, it's wet. And with it being so cold, she said that it had already started to freeze, like the ears were frozen. It wasn't looking good from the get-go. So she pulled the baby into a warm, heated area where her dog, her collie, sort of became a nurse dog and started to help take care of the baby cow. And then they became like super connected. And what a beautiful story. I love stories like this of like unlikely animal friendships. So like I see something like this and it just melts my heart. And I mean, all of these kinds of things that you see where it's like two separate species that are really coming together and like taking care of each other, to me is just a really beautiful thing. How sweet is that? I absolutely love that.
I do too. And if you ever want to just like binge on unlikely animal friends, if you go to the Dodo, which is another site that you can go watch videos on, honestly, you could be on there days. You could just not sleep and just watch every kind of interspecies relationship that there is, and they're just so adorable. So I get
sucked into every single one of those videos, the Dodo videos that they put out there about those unlikely animal friendships.
ridiculous. So because Sean and I are such huge animal advocates or advocates for animal welfare, I knew that he would pick something because there were so many good ones about great things happening with animals this week. So I tried to steer us in kind of a different direction, and I think this is amazing. There is a woman in Britain she's a British woman named Amy Hawkins, who is 110 years old. And she is a singer. She's a great grandmother who has now become a TikTok sensation. Yes, TikTok, which is one of the platforms that Sean and I aren't even on because it's too hip for us. Now Amy Hawkins, so she wanted to become an entertainer when she was young. And she was in dance troupes until she was in her teens. And then her mother said that was no way for a young lady to go about the world. So she made her get another job, and then she got married and had children and grandchildren, now great-grandchildren. And so her 14-year-old great-grandson, because during the pandemic, they've all been living together, took video of her singing. And apparently he said she's like a toy where once you wind her up, you can't stop her. So she just starts singing. So I think Sean has the clip that queued up and ready to go for her singing "It's a Long Way to Tipperary." So Amy, please outshine us when you're ready. No video?
It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Farewell, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart lies there.
So
awesome.
If that doesn't work out, I don't know what does. She, in a matter of days, had 100,000 views. So it took literally a century, but she ended up becoming the star she was always meant to be. So I thought it gives us hope, baby. We still got plenty of time. That's the good news.
Yeah, we're right on track according to that. Yeah,
we're right on track.
if we don't get to 100,000 views until age 110, we're good.
We're good. We're more than we're a quarter of the way there.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. So I love that. So speaking of great tunes, Sean and I always like to share, until we can be in the same room singing at the same time again. We always want to share a little video. And this next song is one of my favorites. I love the message. I love that we've gotten to do it kind of all over the world at this point. So this is A Lot of Living to Do. Before we're 110 years old. We got a lot of living to do.
Musical Bye Bye Birdie.
There are guys just ripe for some kissing, and I mean to kiss me a few. Oh, those guys don't know what they're missing. I got a lot of living to do.
And there's wine all ready for tasting. And there's great big cars all shiny and new. I gotta move, 'cause time is a-wasting. There's such a lot of living to do.
There's music to play, places to go, people to see.
Everything for you and me. Life's a ball.
Life's a ball.
If only you know it.
And it's all just waiting for you.
You're alive, so come on and show it. There's such a lot of living to do. There's music to play, people see. Everything for you and me. Life's a ball.
Life's a ball.
If only you know it.
You better know it, and it's all,
Yes, it's all
just waiting for you.
You're alive, so come on and show it. There's such a lot of living to do. So live it up,
Laugh it up,
love it up.
don't give up.
Don't sit back and
Wait for it. You gotta put out
your bait for it. You never want to be too late for it. He's the call you all like the ball. If only you know it. of singing, such a large amount of swinging. There's such a lot of thrill in living. Laugh.
Oh, I love that song so much. And speaking of songs and people that I love, this next man, Kevin Kelly, has too many wonderful qualities and talents for me to even enumerate here. So he is the other half of the Connected Performer with me. He's, of course, a wonderful performer, cabaret artist. He's also a musical director and arranger. He is a great musical director that works with people all over the country. And we have him here tonight for our very own show. So up next, local treasure, Kevin Kelly.
Hey. Oh, I feel fancy.
I forgot cartoonist. I left that off the list.
Cartoonist.
Cartoonist.
So, multifaceted.
Yes, multifaceted.
It really just comes out of boredom.
To one of your cartoons. Thank you for being here, Kev. How you been today?
Doing good. Met with some clients, worked on music. It's a good day. Walk the dogs. You know, it's the glamorous life.
Right. Anytime we can get out and walk the dogs is a good day.
Amen to that.
We're so happy to have you here. So we have been chatting about how excited we are that you were coming for quite some time. We actually tried to get you on very early on in our show programming, and you were so busy with so many things going on, we couldn't have you. So we're glad that you finally came on today.
My social calendar is crazy.
Just
I know.
I'm booked solid.
Right. Speaking of crazy social calendar things, so I think part of what was going on at the time was that you were prepping for a show, which we'll talk about in a minute. But speaking of shows, we wanted to get a perspective because we were talking to Jenna Doolittle last week, who did some film and TV during the pandemic. She was on set and what that looked like and how it was different from before. But you've actually done a full run of a theater show since this is all going down. So can you tell us what show it was, where it was, and what it was like?
Well, okay, so Forever Plaid, that whole thing. We were doing plaid tidings up in the villages. And, you know, they were at, what, a third capacity, and everyone was really wonderful. This was with Victory Productions, Alan Brune directing, and everybody was great. You know, they kept their distance. They always wore masks and respected our safety. And wearing the clear plastic masks were kind of trippy.
Was it? It was like a face shield, right? That you wore.
Yeah. It came like right under here and down, kind of curved in. And it was kind of funny because as the show progressed, they became less fog resistant. So literally at the end of the run, there's just like beads of
oh man.
Yeah, it was nasty. You're welcome.
My inner OCD girl is having a hard time right now.
So
you and me both.
You're almost like, how is this better? And then it's,
yeah, and not everybody in the audience wore masks at the time, but we were at a safe distance from them. And you know what? They were grateful just to have live entertainment. And it was actually kind of trippy to be on stage and hear applause again.
Can't wait.
No, I know, it's crazy. And right after that, I went out with Lisa Rock and the Christmas Carpenters show. We went to South Carolina, and it was the same thing. Everyone was so respectful of our space. We had our temperature taken every 5 minutes. It was just good stuff. And wow, wonderful audiences.
Yeah.
So can you tell us, for those who don't know, so you and I are both, we're brother husbands, is what I've said before to Natalie.
Yeah. I refer to you as the other man.
Happily, I'll happily be the other man. But you and Natalie's history actually goes back farther than ours. Will you tell us a little bit about about your first time meeting Natalie?
Oh my God, yes. We were auditioning for the musical of the musicals, The Musical.
The
Stellar
musical.
show. The Musical. Just add one more in there. Didn't know her from Adam, didn't know anybody actually. And they liked us, they put us together. And Natalie is not the person that I met then. She was, to me anyway, she was very reserved, very quiet. She sang beautifully, did her thing. And I have a bit of a phobia of face touching.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
And
like your face touching other people's faces, or you touch
other people touching my face.
Got it. Okay. Got
it. I just a quirky thing, I guess. But I think that may have been the first full sentence I said to Natalie. Please don't touch my face.
Why we're still friends is kind of beyond me.
I don't know, because
oh my God.
It was all downhill from there.
The first thing I remember seeing you do, Kevin, so this was like 15 years ago. I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, we were
chickens. It was a long time ago. So you did an audition. So the character that you were playing in the show moved from the bad guy to like the androgynous bad guy to the other bad guy to the worst guy.
Yeah. We get it.
And through all of that, you played these various characters incredibly well through all these genres. But so you came in with what I thought was one of the most brilliant audition pieces, because it was so not something other people would pick, but it was perfect for the show. Do you remember what you sang? I remember what you sang.
Wow.
I do.
What'd you sing?
And I've sung it since.
Good for you.
It was I Want to Be a Rockette.
Complete with beveling and whatnot. And
Complete with beveling.
I remember so few auditions that other people have ever sung along the way, but it was so perfect for one of the characters and two of the characters actually in the show. I was just blown away with how wonderful it was and how outside the box. And it's funny because I remember it the way that you should remember a great audition. And I've seen you audition a couple times since, and your auditions are always memorable in a good way. But that's something that we talk about with our students a lot, our clients, is that you have to come in with stuff that you love and stuff that fits what you think is good for the show. If you're just trying to make everybody happy all the time, it just never works. So just so you know, 15 years later, I still very much remember that. And I remember you telling me not to touch your face. Now, to be clear, I was directed to touch his face. It's not like I just was running around groping Kevin's face for no reason.
No, she was. That's all she does. She just ran around and touched everybody's face.
She's a face toucher. She's a face toucher. If you ask anyone about Natalie Cordone's, first thing they say, she likes to touch faces.
First thing.
Yeah.
First thing.
Was that your first audition for the Winter Park Playhouse, or had they seen you before?
That was actually Jester Theater.
Oh, that was not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, God, how many times did we do that show?
85 times. I don't know.
85 times.
900 times.
Yeah, the last incarnation that we did, it was with Winter Park Playhouse.
Got it. Okay.
But then before it was Jay Hopkins and Diana. God, we went everywhere with that show for a while. We went
to Germany with that show. I should have pulled some of those pictures, but it was a fun time. We had a good time with that show.
That's awesome. That is very cool.
It's a show I could do till I'm 80.
Yeah, I love when you come across shows like that you don't expect to do for long periods of time, and you end up doing them for a year or more. And that's always.
It just kept coming back like over and over again, and it was a joy. Everything about it was a joy. The cast was definitely a joy.
Yeah.
So
let's see. My mom says that she saw the cartoon that you did of Natalie. I have not seen that. I don't think.
So today I changed my Facebook photo, my profile picture, to a photo that Kevin had drawn of me. So everyone here, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Because again, Kevin is so multi-talented. He's a great graphic artist and also a great visual artist, along with being a singer and an actor and a musical director and apparently a rockette. Yeah. So he does what he can.
I'm a hack.
So let's talk.
I've seen it.
Let's talk about your piano skills, because they really are off the charts, and you have had great success. You and Michael Swickard with the show Murder for Two. Tell us a little bit about that experience in that show and what it was like to get that up on its feet.
Wow. First of all, Michael Swickard, love him to death. I could not imagine doing that show with anybody else. It was tough. We had to show up day one in rehearsals memorized, both piano and lyric and song and, all of that, the lines rather. And we came pretty darn close. We came pretty darn close to being completely off book at that moment.
Dang.
And it was kind of a panic moment a couple of hours before the show, because each of us had to go in when no one else was on the stage and just play through the show really fast.
Tell us about
before every show you did that?
For those people who didn't see
every
the show,
single
tell
show.
us what happened in the show, because otherwise people might not understand what we're talking about here.
So first of all, if you haven't seen Murder for Two, you're missing out, because it's just a really funny show. It's a murder mystery, and there's two actors. He had 8 different characters, and I had 1. So I was the detective. So he had all these wonderful, crazy, colorful characters in this murder mystery. And whenever we weren't singing, we were playing or, doing the comedy bits. And that man, oh my God, he cracked my ass up so many times. I couldn't hold it together.
Well, the two of you together are really, that's a show to me that could probably run forever if you could find the right venue to sit down for a while. Because the two of you together, I mean, it's the intricacies and the timing. I mean, really just unbelievable. I have a clip actually of the finale from the show, so we're gonna go and take a look so everyone can see what we're talking about.
Okay.
That seems why is that how why is the end of the question mark? Is it
that's just me being zany and wishful thinking, really,
it's got to come back around. That's too
oh my God,
good.
It has
incredible
to. It's such a wonderful show.
Yeah.
And we do so much more than just that. So.
Yeah. But that in and of itself, I'd watch a show just of that. You know what I mean? That was so good. But the whole show, is really incredible. Let's see. We got some applause there for you. Yes, very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
Amazing,
Ellen!
amazing. Yeah, Ellen Gannett is here.
I love you, Ellen.
Yay, we love Ellen. That's awesome. All right, Kevin. So we were hoping that you'd stick around and join us for a little segment we call Getting to Know You, where we just ask some random questions. We invite everyone who is joining us to share their answers to these questions as well in the chat. And just, just these are kind of just off the cuff, kind of very random.
I'm scared.
Getting to know. No, I picked these questions specifically for you. No. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
Well,
so these are actually from
we all drink for courage. It's all good.
Yes, nice. Powered by Pod Decks is what it is. So it's a deck of cards where you just pull out random questions. So,
okay.
What was the first car you owned? That's the very first question. Hey, Melissa. Melissa is here joining us. She just popped on there. Hey.
Hey.
All right. So, what is the first car that you own? So, feel free, everybody watching, to type your answers in the chat. Let us know what the first car you owned was. Natalie, you go first. What was your first car?
My very first car was a 1995 Dodge Neon. It had like 3 miles on it. My mother bought it for me when I turned 16, and it was the most surprising gift I had ever received, and possibly ever still have, until my 40th birthday surprise party, which I didn't see coming at all. And I drove it until, I had it. I just sold it last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen that car sitting in front of your parents' house.
100%. It drove me to college. It drove me to high school. I drove it to grad school. I drove it all over Florida. So 1995 Dodge Neon. It was an amazing car. Absolutely loved it.
And that was hard.
I'd love to interject because she had fuzzy pink zebra seat covers.
And Kevin Kelly, how do you know that?
Because I drove your car.
That's the thing, is that people would make fun of the Neon, but it was so reliable that anytime anyone's car ever broke down, everybody drove the Neon. Everybody drove it.
I drove it proudly.
Right.
Zebra and all.
Kevin drove it.
Yes, Linda, I did.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Amazing.
Kevin, what was yours?
Mine, I couldn't tell you what year it was. It was a hand-me-down from my father. It was a little Datsun.
Okay.
And the thing about this Datsun is my father drove this all over Colorado, which we were living there at the time. And I remember specifically, there was one time we went into the mountains to get like firewood because it's Colorado, right? And he literally loaded up this little hatchback car to the roof with all of this firewood. You know, he just literally just cut this tree into huge honking pieces, and we were going like this all the way down the mountain.
That is great.
The Datsun.
Good story.
I don't remember the year, but mine was a Chevy Citation, and it was also a hand-me-down. It was a hatchback where the hydraulics had gone out, so I had to carry around an axe handle in the back to hold the hatch up whenever I needed it.
Are you serious?
I had to use a broom.
Yeah. And it was like only like somebody had gone to paint it, they primed it, and then they just left it the primer, so it actually wasn't a color. It was just like a but it was a good car. It was a good car. It got me through a while. Let's see. We got Melissa had a Honda Civic. That was her first car.
Nice.
I remember, of course, my
Ford
sister's first car, Ford Escort. I remember that.
That was
I think
my
I might
second
have
car, Tabitha.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
That's cool. 64
and a half. Yes, Ford
mean?
Mustang. So the first Mustang that came out was a 64 and a half. It was like a mid-year. It's a cool car. I actually got to ride in it. It was a good car.
That I knew that came in halves.
Yeah, I think that's the only one. It was like it's like a thing.
All right, that's cool. Let's see what else we got. We got a Dodge Dart.
Yeah.
We got a 53. My grandma had a 53 Ford Custom.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Ford Mustang Fastback. Nice.
Ooh. Oh,
right,
yeah.
You gotta install that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, very good. All right. Next question then would be so for you, what would be the absolute worst buy one, get one sale of all time?
Now, wait a minute. When you say worst, do you mean like because I buy so many of them, or like this is not something that ever should have two at one time.
Let's see, however you would interpret it, however you want to answer. So, and for everybody out there watching, again, for you too, please share your answers in the chat. What would for you would be the worst buy one get one sale of all time? Share your answers with us there in the chat. And Kevin, you want to go first on this one?
God, no, I don't want to go first on this. God, that's rough. Pickles?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pickles?
I do like pickles, but too much of a good thing? I don't know. That's an odd question.
My first thought was babies, but then I thought you don't sell babies, at least not.
Well,
oddly, I have to say my first thought was puppies because I would take them all. I'd be like,
that is a good answer.
I'll just take them. Like
That's
fine,
smart.
because I wouldn't even. Okay, so this is a fight that we have in my house every day, almost. Is we should give a good home to another dog because we should. However, my dog doesn't like dogs, so we shouldn't because of him. So it's always if there were one that came in another one, we would just take it. We would just take it, right? It'd be terrible.
That would be.
So that'd be my.
That would be a dangerous one for me. Yeah, for puppies. Sure. And obviously, it is a very odd question because not one single person is answering in the chat. They're like, nope. But we did get Robert Kelly, who said he had a Datsun 310.
Hey, that's my brother.
Hey, that's cool.
That's
welcome, Robert. Thanks for being here. Very nice. Yep. Puppies. Hey, Dave came in just in the right time. Right.
Chickens.
Just in time.
Chickens.
Oh, chickens would be.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Chicken sale.
Very nice. All right, and then finally, we actually have some more. So, if you could sing one duet with any one person, living or not, who would it be?
Oh, there's so many. This is like the opposite problem of the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I know.
Okay, yeah, go. You go.
I would absolutely. It's actually a toss-up between Mel Torme or Sarah Vaughan. Those are my two. You notice the similarities and the smoky voices there. I've always just been inspired by both of them. So either one of them.
I thought you were going to say Frank Sinatra. I'm surprised.
Isn't that Sinatra on your wall back there? Is it not?
I think that's
me.
Oh, it is?
That right there? That's me.
Well, hey, you look like Sinatra from afar.
Well, thank you. My husband painted that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's very talented as well. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Very good. Natalie?
There's so many good ones. My first thought, because it'd be amazing to sing with her while she is still alive and singing, would be Barbara Streisand. I feel like that's really cliche. And then I just get blown out of the water and I feel bad about myself. So maybe I should pick like a contemporary singer who can't. Oh, no, I sound incredible. Like, have you ever heard when Pavarotti and Frank Sinatra sing My Way together? Where like they both have their own merits on their own time, but you listen and you're
together,
like,
you're like, no.
That's a crooner and that's a singer. Like that's how like I would be put to shame. But I think just being in the presence of that voice with all she's done, I think that would be. I can't imagine anything better, except for Sean and Kevin to sing with them.
Oh well, there's
good
that.
answer. Yeah. Good answer. I think for me, well, this is hysterical because my sister says unless you tell me I can't sing, because when we were kids, we actually have it on an 8-track recorded where I'm like singing into the microphone, recording myself singing when I'm like 5, and my sister comes along and she tries to like start singing with me, and I actually literally we have it recorded where I say to her, "You can't sing, get out of here."
Oh, stop it. That's crazy.
But for me, it would probably be Bette Midler.
Nice choice.
And then if it were somebody who was no longer around, maybe Elvis. If I could sing like one of those old gospel tunes with Elvis, that would be cool. Let's see. We have Barbara. Andre Bocelli,
my sister-in-law. That's
right.
Hi, Barb.
Awesome. We have a question for Natalie. Did the neon still have its emblem? I remember people like to steal those emblems off the Plymouth and Dodge neons. Did your car still have that?
It was in such good shape. Like when I sold it, I even still had the manual, like the manual that came with it in the glove box. The guy was like, he was like a Dodge neon guy that like goes and restores them. And I think I sold it to him for way too cheap. think I could have gotten more money off it because it was so good.
These are sweet answers here. If I could sing and sing a duet with my daughter, and look at great mom minds think alike. And Stacy says Julie Andrews, so that's a really good answer too.
Stacy Hall. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
hiya, Stacy. Long time no see.
Awesome. Performing. So you are performing Forever Plaid during the Christmas season?
No, he just did it during the Christmas season.
Right. No, we already talked about that. Right. Sorry.
It's March, Sean. It's March.
Is it Christmas?
I know it's hard. I
think you both still have your Christmas trees up, so you can't.
No, I will tell you though, I just put it away this week. The Christmas tree just came down and the nutcrackers just went away this week.
That's sad.
I'm such a hypocrite because mine is still up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And I even did a video on procrastination, so I win.
The show that I would love to talk about. First of all, thank you, Kevin, for being here. We appreciate your time. We're glad that you took a few minutes to chat with us and hanging with us.
That is fun.
I want to ask you quickly about the show that you're developing for yourself. So you're developing a one-man show. And I think it will lead us into a final video that will be very appropriate. So first, thank you. And second of all, tell us about this exciting show you have in the works.
Yes, thank you both. So, we got to make our own work sometimes. And this downtime that we've all had, as it is, I've been making use of the time. And I think, I've done so many cabarets and so many different shows that I was just ready to start developing my own show. Not original music. It's going to be standards because that's where I live, right? But it's been really fascinating because I don't want to show it, but I always put up the song titles on my mirror and shuffle them around until I get the right combination that I like for a show. And there's no mirror showing right now. And the mirror is like huge, right? So yes, there's really not much I can say about it yet. I'm talking to a couple of different musicians. I've got the lineup, my good standard jokes, all that fun stuff. But it's going to be kind of a twist on the standards, a Kevin Kelly twist.
Love it. And we can look at this in 2021, maybe getting a debut.
Maybe that's the goal. That is the goal. More to come later.
More to come. Well, we will hold you to it. Thank you for being a friend of the show. Thank you for being a friend of ours.
Thank you.
Yes.
The spirit of a good standard, we'd like to have you go out on what is a song that we appreciate you having done with us in one of our shows.
It was such a fun show. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Do it. You got it. Hit it, boys. You gotta love that stuff. That's life. That's what people say. Riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change their tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. Funny how it seems. Some people get their kicks stomping on your dreams. But I won't let it let me down. 'Cause this final world keeps spinning round. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I just pick myself up and I get back in that race. That's life. Oh no, I can't deny it. I thought I'd quit, but no, my heart just won't buy it. If there ain't nothing come next July, I'm gonna jump on a big bird and fly. Yeah, I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. I know one thing. and dust myself off and get back in that race and fly. Oh no, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but no, my heart is on fire. And there ain't nothing cold next July. I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. My
We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you taking the time to join us, whether you joined us live here this evening or you've watched at some point during the week. We really, truly do appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us for a little bit. So, and again, we invite you to please tell your friends about us, to join us Monday nights at 7. And a very special thank you once again to our very special guest, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, we hope that you all have a wonderful rest of the week, and then you come back to the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook or YouTube page next Monday at 7 p.m. when we visit with my old friend, Drew Droege, who has been on so many television shows like Hot in Cleveland, which I'm sure Sean's going to want to talk about.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Now I'm going to be freaking out all week.
I know. How I Met Your Mother, Bob's Burgers, Up All Night, New Girl, you name it. He's been in them all. And he was even named one of Los Angeles's top 10 comedy acts to watch. So we're so excited to have him with us next week. So please come back. He's a fellow Wake Forest alumni. The alumnus. And we're so glad that all of our super talented friends take the time to join us. But we're also so glad for you. So we would like to leave you with a final goodbye with, I believe, the three of us singing a song that couldn't be more appropriate than this next one. So we will see you all next week, 7 p.m. right back here.
We can't let you go just yet because we got to bring out Kevin Kelly one more time, don't you think? Why don't we sing it all together? Chicago, Chicago, that town of that one.
Are you kidding me?
Is that not it?
No.
I left my heart in San Fran.
Do you not recognize the tune?
Do you know?
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Come on, get off the West Coast. Let's go.
Start spreading the news.
There you go. Thank you.
I'm leaving today.
I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
These vagabond shoes are longing to stray
Around the very heart of it, New York, New York.
I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps.
To find I'm king of the hill,
top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away.
I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
Take it off.
New York,
Everybody